visuals you're currently seeing, are from the
let's give the role players a chance to work out something. The action plan. There's an action plan. Yeah, just follow the officer here, leaders. Here's the officer.
Is Mawela addressing us?
Yeah, the leadership, please. Let's give leadership a chance. Okay, they're working on a plan there, the leaders with the police.
We are currently here at Seoul City where the community had gathered to be spoken to and addressed by the police commissioner as well as various different top brass. We have with us the Gauteng provincial commissioner, Major General Ilyas Mawela. We're going to see if we can try and get him to speak to us here. He hasn't had a chance yet to respond, to speak to the community, so hopefully we can speak with him. There's also, he's joined by the National Deputy Commissioner as well. Thank you so much for having us here. You've come here to speak to the community. What was your message to him? And you've told him to disperse from here, to allow police to work. They feel, however, that they've come to police multiple times. They've told them about their issues as well, and they feel that nothing's being done. What's your response to them?
What I was telling the communities is that much as the communities have indicated their frustration, which is understandable, but we have been on the ground to try and arrest the situation, to try and calm the situation, to try and intervene where the communities have information to follow up. That is why you have seen from last week, this week again, there were 80 people that appeared at court that were arrested with the assistance of the communities. If we can continue to do that, if we can continue to share the information with the police, when we are having this operation, we know Gauteng has been tough on the ground to establish Ukai Mulao. For years now, it has been going on for almost 3 years, and it is continuing, it's going to continue. That is the reason why we are having this type of operation, and they will continue. And I want to reassure and reaffirm this assurance to the communities that we are going to find ourselves amongst them, because we are part of the communities. We want to see South African living their normal life. That is the intention. That is why we are here. That is why the combat teams are amongst themselves.
Commissioner, it's Ahmed Kaji here from Newsroom Africa. Earlier on, we saw 2 people being brutally beaten up by the community members in the eyesight of your police officers, and nothing was done. Your response to that?
That is why I think General Mutombeni did address that issue. That is why you have found us intervening and rescuing those people. We were overwhelmed, we must admit, that when we were operating at some parts, the other parts of the communities moved to other areas. That is where they have encircled these people that were found lying on the ground, and they were rescued. Their lives were saved. They are in the safe space, in the safe hands of the police.
Commissioner, what I am referring to is the one that happened about 30 minutes ago. Your officers were already stationed here at the time. It was probably around 30 minutes after they had arrived. They were already set up. They had their tactical response teams. Their equipment was on already, and it took private security time to actually have to rescue those 2 people from being probably severely assaulted and potentially killed before any of you. And during that time, none of your officers had intervened.
The officers were focusing on other areas, trying to assist and arrest the situation. It is unfortunate that that happened on the other side, on the offside of the police. And I must say, we are working in partnership. That is why you see all the forces coming together. And when we mobilize as the police, we mobilize even the private security companies to come and assist. So the operations that we are seeing is because we are working in collaboration with other role players and other stakeholders. And that is what we are emphasizing all the time. That is what we are also pleading to the communities, that where we can, the CPFs are around. There are many other organizations that we are working with within the communities to make sure that where we cannot reach, we are having that force multiplier to come and be the extended hand of the police. That is what was happening.
Deputy Commissioner, what can we expect now that you are going on the ground?
You can expect us to do more arrests as we have been promising, and will continue to do more arrests where we can find the people that we want to take on and remove away from the communities.
Deputy Commissioner, sorry, just to cut you there, my fellow. Listen, we've spoken to the people on the ground, Deputy Commissioner, and we were hearing that they're saying that most of the things that you're doing on the ground is not as impactful. So what can you say about the operations that you are now going to do? How is it going to be impactful?
The operations are going to be impactful. Operations have been impactful. That is why you see the prisons are overflowing. It is the people that were arrested by the same police. Remember, in this country, the mandate to arrest is only with the police. Of course, we are working with other stakeholders and other role players. But the reason why you see prisons having so many people inside is because those that respond and assist us, we arrest, and we are going to continue to arrest.
Deputy Commissioner, can I ask?
We have other Zamazamas who have run out into the holes of the mine shaft. How are we going to make sure that they are out of that?
Commitment that was made is that we are also working with other role players, the DMR and all other government entities and government departments that do have the know-how and the responsibility. You cannot just risk communities, in particular communities, to go underground because you don't know what to expect. That is why we have combat teams. That is why we are having experts. That is why we are committing that we'll get other government departments to come and work with us, to who knows what to do and how that should be done. And we are working with mine security as well, that knows what is happening, where holes are, to assist us and make sure that we arrest this situation and we give the community the satisfaction. It may not be 100%, but we are working towards giving that 100% to our communities.
Deputy Commissioner, can we feel as if
there's anxiety within the informal settlement itself, as well as Kagiso anxiety. This morning, some of the alleged Zamazamas, they were seen flee. Now, either you or the commissioner, I know the commissioner has been on the ground, but what is the plan for the protection of the community in case they come back?
I think earlier there was a commitment made. There was a pronouncement made that we are here. We are here to operate. That is why we are on our boots, and we'll make sure that boots are on the ground. The provincial commissioner of this province have made these commitments before, and is continuing to make the commitments that we will be on the ground until the last person is rescued. And as for tonight, already you can see the deployments. You can see all the armored vehicles that are here. You can see members of the South African police from different units of the police. We have mobilized everything that we have, that we can. We have mobilized community structures with the equipment that they are having to come and make sure that the community of Kagiso sleep with Kagiso.
Nice. Thank you so much, Deputy Commissioner. But can you tell us, are you saying that the police are overpowered when it comes to dealing with the issue of illegal mining in this area as well as the other areas in Gauteng where these communities say that they've been terrorized daily by the illegal miners and their activity?
That is why when we do our operations, that is why when we do the mobilization, we mobilize all other role players and all other stakeholders as force multipliers to come and assist where we cannot as the police.
And last question, I think, we hear because of that rape that happened last week, Thursday, in this area. It sparked this outrage and the interest. Has any suspects that have been arrested, from the multiple that have been arrested, been linked to that crime as yet? How far are we with that DNA testing yet? Has the ID parade been done also?
We are continuing with the investigation. We are continuing with the processing. We don't want to process in minutes and we go to court. We have comebacks. The crime scene is being processed. The DNA is being processed. We are using the best equipment that we can have. We are having all the forensic experts working overtime to make sure that we process. And as soon as that information is available, there is no way that we are not going to give the feedback to the communities. And thanks to the media, because that is where the media is instrumental to make sure that we communicate the correct information. So we will continue. I have left the divisional commissioner who was here, who was in Alex, expects, giving the reassurance that she is making sure that those experts that must work in processing, they are processing. I spoke to her on my way here. She is in the office. I said she should not come until the team work to process what is available.
Thank you so much. That was the provincial commissioner and the national commissioner speaking to us here at the Soul City, which is the community that has been protesting since the beginning of the morning. We saw the community saying that they will be shutting down this community from the morning. We saw sporadic issues happening as well here. These are the visuals that you're currently seeing. I'm going to see if we can give you a sense from the community right now and see if they have any response that they want to give us to what they just heard from the police minister, deputy police commissioner, as well as the provincial police commissioner. You've heard from them saying they're giving assurance that the numbers are going to be the boots on the ground, that the police are going to be going into the community to flush out these illegal miners from the area. What's your response to what they've said?
Honestly, it's not going to happen. We know that. The thing is, they are protecting their own beneficial way because of maybe they get 2,000 from these zamazamas every week. We flush them out, they're not going to get it. Secondly, he comes like, hey, we woke up around about 4 o'clock. He just comes out now. Like, what time is it? I think 5, 6, right? He's here, he's not doing anything. He chooses 5 people. Apparently I was supposed to be one of them. I said no. Why 5 people? Why do they choose them? Why can't the community choose these 5 people? Why? There's another question because there's other guy who's scruffy and dirty, and he just send the community to just go home when guns are being shot and stuff like that. No, like, this is not gonna happen. This is like for publicity stunt. Apparently, Bechtel is in Eastern Cape. There's a crisis here. There's a commander in Kagiso. He was in Kempton Park. He knew about the shutdown. And now they are here for publicity. It's just an ANC canvas. It's just a campaign, to be honest.
Thank you so much. That was one of the community members speaking to us here after we had that address from the Deputy National Police Commissioner as well as the provincial top brass here. We spoke with both the Deputy as well as the Commissioner as well through the day here, hearing from them, but also hearing from the community how they responded to that, saying that for them this doesn't give them much assurance. We heard some fears of in the evening as the sun sets, these illegal miners may return to these communities, and in this community here saying that they do fear for their life as well, asking the police what's going to happen. From what we understand, there's going to be 5 people from the community that will form part of a task team that will go with the police, as well as their various different divisions that are currently here, and that they will then go into that community that we were in, that informal settlement called Soul City, and from there hopefully flush out those illegal miners that are currently staying and occupying in that area. It is an ongoing story, and we'll keep you up to date on SABC News as things unfold. But for now, back to you in studio.